I've been away from the lathe for a month. The only thing I've done is I turned the tenon off a small bowl and just for practice whipped out two blanks for coffee scoops. Now I'm eager to get back to it. This is a 12-inch by 2-inch coastal redwood blank. Barely clears. I had to trim off this corner up here just now on the bandsaw because it was 1/8 of an inch too big there. First thing to do is true it up round, true up the bottom, and I think I'll put a mortise in this. And the mortise should be 100 millimeters. So I need 100 millimeters. That's a 4-inch mortise. First thing here is to sharpen gouges, so I'll go do that. Okay, gouges are sharpened. Try to remember not to talk with the face mask down. 1/2-inch spindle gouge. .680 RPM. The previous video was of a project I did a full year ago. I did this one just this week, 1st of July, 2023. Still 2 flats and bark to get rid of. Still just a little bark. Got a little bit of torn grain here. Not bad though, considering I was not trying to make a finishing cut exactly. So I will do that now. $7.45. For this finishing cut, taking a page out of Lyle Jamieson's Slicing Wood textbook, or text video. The flute is almost closed, maybe open to 12:30 or 1 o'clock at the most, moving very slowly and slicing the grain, not chopping it, not scraping it. I'm making this cut in real time, complete, so you'll see exactly how slowly I'm moving the tool. And there we are. No torn grain, almost no. Quit talking through the face mask. No torn grain. Almost no sanding needed. Just need to round out this a little bit, but when I true up the bottom here, that'll probably take care of that. 750, 745. Not that it matters a whole lot, but I am doing this incorrectly. I should be truing up the outer 1/2 inch or so until it's smooth and then working inward with a push cut. Much faster, much simpler. Went around this edge just a little bit more. I'm always surprised to see, when editing video, how much time I spend just feeling the wood. Go 50 off center. And there is my mortise. I haven't got that trued up yet, do I? No, I do not. Well, I still have a line to see. Let's keep bouncing in and out. What's going on here? Nothing that I can see. Nice bowl gouge. Spindle detail. I really don't know if that's deep enough. It would be deep enough for Richard Raffin. I don't think it's deep enough for me. 3/8 bowl gouge again. And back to the spindle detail gouge again to finish it up. The mortise ended up being just a hair under 4 millimeters. Not as clean as I like, it's probably as clean as I'm going to get. I'm going to sand this now, starting with 180. I don't know why I even leave the camera on during sanding. Oh, I'm tired of that fan. What I'm going to do with denatured alcohol, it'll raise the grain a little bit. Knock that down with 320 and put on sanding sealer. First, I'm going to put on the big jaws for this chuck, see if it's going to hold in there. Okay, this is a perfect fit there, but it's not perfectly concentric in the spin. It's like a millimeter almost. But I will turn it around and see. I might have to work on that mortise some more. That looks pretty good. I'm going to use a tailstock here much as I can. $7.50 again. Hot. One of the several disadvantages of turning dry wood is there's no moisture to carry away heat, and tools get hot. I just now remembered I was going to use the alcohol, sand, and then finish the outside, but I forgot, so we'll do it all at once. That spindle gouge is getting dull again. But it's time to switch to the 60-degree bevel bowl gouge anyway. It's bouncing off. It's clean, I guess. Oh, we're right down there to the bottom. We're not going any deeper. Oh yeah. That's going to be very close to the mortise as it is, no deeper. I used my gloved fingers on the back of the plate for support, but it got hot anyway. It's hot through the gloves. There's quite a bit of torn end grain. Try the 3/8. Smaller bites. Worried about that mortise, which is almost this big. What I might do is put a cup in here to set a bowl of, or a jar of dip in. How big's a jar of dip, I wonder? A year or two ago, I measured dip jars at the supermarket. Smaller than this, I think. But of course, I forgot the measurements. Here on out, come down some more. I try my 1-inch square scraper to smooth out the bottom. And a round scraper for the corner. First flat, and then turned up on one corner for a shear scrape. Okay, that's that for that. Gotta quit talking through the shield. That's that for that. Now I'm going to make, I hope, a shallow, but not this shallow, a dip holder. I have to be careful here because the mortise is bigger than this tenon, and I am very close to turning this into a funnel. Now back to the spindle gouge. The outside needs a little more work. Back to the 1/2-inch bowl gouge. I'll smooth the bottom of the jar holder with a 1/2-inch square scraper. My square scrapers are not entirely square. The left edge has a very slight radius, so I don't dig in both corners. Okay, I'm reasonably pleased. I don't know how scared I should be right now, but ooh. 5/16 down to 3/16. The mortise is 3/16. It was 100 millimeters. Ooh, 85. This is inside. That there is mighty thin. Mighty thin. Yep, it's got a certain amount of thinness to it. Okay, now I've got to, I'm just going to start with 120 and sand in reverse. And this being dry, dusty work, no more sharp tools today. Dry, dusty work. I'm going to go get a beer. I'm going to go up to 80 grit on that. 60. The 60 grit discs remove a lot of wood in a hurry, particularly this soft redwood. It also does not sand evenly. It takes more of the soft wood between the annual rings out than it does the rings themselves, leaving a sort of a rippled finish. Well, I hate sanding and you hate watching sanding. I'll be back later. I am never going to get this sanded. That's my satisfaction. Give it some alcohol to raise the grain, clean the dust. Put on sanding sealer. I have a feeling it's going to take quite a bit. That's it for today. I'll deal with this more tomorrow. Okay, now it's July 3rd. I did this on July 1st. Since then, I've given it 2 more coats of sanding sealer, and damn it, it's got runs. So I've got to sand it down a little bit. This is 320, that will do. Sand it down and then put on urethane, I believe. Damn it. Runs. Now, the steel wool, I don't think will cut those. It will, good. Well, the runs still look like runs. The dry, porous wood sucked up the first 2 coats of sanding sealer like a sponge. So, when I had thick spots on the 3rd coat, I didn't worry about them. I should have. Steel wool takes it out pretty well. some with the grain here to take out the rings. Little bits of tear there, you can see them. So this will be what we call a prototype, destined for use in my own home. Not as bad as I thought, but not as good as I hoped. That should be more than enough. Definitely more than enough. It is, of course, always easier not to put on enough and have to add a little more than it is to put on too much and have to take some off. I'll let that sit and hope for the best. Okay, here it is, another day, 4th of July. One coat of urethane. Not as smooth as I would like. I think I'll just call this one a learning experience. Put on another coat of urethane. Give it the axe treatment. A-C-K apostrophe S, not A-X. Well, that's got the runs out. Almost completely. Go a little easier the stuff this time. Put some glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Now the question is, does the outside need another coat? Yeah. Oh wait, there's a run right there I missed. Later that same day, I think this is hard enough to apply axe. I'm getting impatient, so I will. Because this wood is so soft between the rings, when you sand it, the light spots wear down much more than the dark spots, or lines, or rings. So you don't get an even bottom. But the nachos don't care. Pretty 50 RPM. Plenty fast enough for a dish this size. Heat it up. Nearly 700 here for the slow moving interior. Clean paper towel to make sure this is clean. But that sock did a good job. I believe I'm melting off the urethane, and yes I am. Guess that wasn't hard enough in there. Sometimes impatience incurs a penalty. Well, I'm not going to redo this whole damn thing. Just use the white Scotch-Brite with a slow speed. God dang it, that makes me mad. Everything else perfect. I try to repair the damage to the finish with more Axe abrasive paste. But I'm going to accept that and call it good. And for the final finish, Axe polish and restoring paste. RPM, generating heat, melt the wax in. Won't do that hot. Backing off to about 700. So I can hold the rag. About 100 for the middle part. About 1250 for the center. Where did that go? Way over there. You hear that flutter? It's not exactly smooth. Not exactly right. But it is done. Now, to buff in and wipe off the excess, turn the speed way down. Don't want to be generating heat. Now, taking all that wax back off. It's coming away clean. Well, it's not perfect, but it is finished. shallow recess. Of only glasses, Eric, glasses. That is almost 4 millimeters. You have marks here, probably from the sanding sealer that got into that. An old 240. Do this one. I could, if I wanted to be really snazzy, take down this rim of mortise. Chief Inspector just arrived. Good enough for use in the home. So that's that. One coastal redwood nacho platter with a place for the jar of dip. The only problem is the recess in the center of the platter is much too small for a jar of dip, but my resourceful wife went through my collection of small bowls and found one that fit perfectly. I'll make more of these, but first I'll measure the jar of dip and make sure the center pedestal is large enough. Thanks for watching.